Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome all of you for today's Ishopanishad session. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Reading from the book Sri Ishopanishad by His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Mantra 7. Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmaiva Bhut Vijanataha Tatra Ko Mohaka Shoka Ekatvam Manupashyataha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation. One who always sees all living entities as spiritual sparks, in quality one with the Lord, becomes a true knower of things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Except for the Madhyama Adhikari and Uttama Adhikari discussed above, no one can correctly see the spiritual position of a living being. The living entities are qualitatively one with the Supreme Lord, just as the sparks of a fire are qualitatively one with the fire. Yet sparks are not fire as far as quantity is concerned, for the quantity of heat and light present in the sparks is not equal to that in fire. The Mahabhagavata, the great devotee, sees oneness in the sense that he sees everything as the energy of the Supreme Lord. Since there is no difference between the energy and the energetic, there is the sense of oneness. Although from the analytical point of view, heat and light are different from fire, there is no meaning to the word fire without heat and light. In synthesis, therefore, heat, light, and fire are the same. In this mantra, the words Ekatvam Manupashyataha indicate that one should see the unity of all living entities from the viewpoint of the revealed scriptures. The individual sparks of the Supreme Whole, the Lord, possess almost 80% of the known qualities of the whole, but they are not quantitatively equal to the Supreme Lord. These qualities are present in minute quantity, for the living entity is but a minute part and parcel of the Supreme Whole. To use another analogy, the quantity of salt present in a drop is never comparable to the quantity of salt present in the complete ocean. But the salt present in the drop is qualitatively equal in chemical composition to all the salt present in the ocean. If the individual living being were equal to the Supreme Lord, both qualitatively and quantitatively, there would be no question of his being under the influence of the material energy. In the previous mantras, it has already been discussed that no living being, not even the powerful demigods, can surpass the Supreme Being in any respect. Therefore, ekatvam does not mean that a living being is equal in all respects to the Supreme Lord. It does, however, indicate that in a broader sense there is one interest, just as in a family the interest of all members is one, or in a nation the national interest is one, although there are many different individual citizens. Since the living entities are all members of the same spiritual family, supreme family, Their interest and that of the Supreme Being are not different. Every living being is the son of the Supreme Being. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 5, all living creatures throughout the universe, including birds, reptiles, ants, aquatics, trees, and so on, are emanations of the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, all of them belong to the family of the Supreme Being. There is no clash of interest. We will continue to read the purport later. First, we will discuss the points that we have read so far. So, in the seventh mantra of Ishopanishad, it is explained that one must develop the vision called Ekatvam. Ekatvam means oneness, seeing everybody one with the Supreme Lord in quality. So, for such a person who sees everybody as a part and parcel of the Lord, all living beings as spiritual sparks who are one in quality with the Supreme Lord, such a person is the real knower of all things. And for such a person, there is no illusion or anxiety. That is what this mantra is saying. Now, ekatvam anupashyataha. Anupashyataha means, as we have discussed in the previous session, seeing everybody uh, with ekatvam as one, in oneness with the Supreme Lord, as revealed in the authoritative scriptures. That is anupashyataha. Right? Anu means to follow the authorities and see according to the instructions given in the authoritative scriptures, to see everybody as one in quality with the Supreme Lord. Now, Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that this oneness is only qualitative, not quantitative. Because all living entities are parts and parcels of Krishna, we all have the same qualities of Krishna in minute quantity. So we are not Krishna, or we cannot become Krishna even after attaining perfection. This is very important. We have to understand this. The Mayavadis think that by becoming a sannyasi, by renouncing this world, they have become liberated and therefore they have become one with Narayana. So the Mayavadi sannyasis address each other as Namo Narayana. They call each other as Narayana. Because now you have become a sannyasi, you have become liberated from the material existence, you have become Narayana. You have become one with Narayana. But that is a wrong understanding altogether. It is not anupashyataha. It is not in line with the revealed knowledge in the scriptures. The scriptures very clearly mention that the Supreme Lord Narayana or Krishna is one without a second. Ekam eva advitiyaha. So there is no one equal to him, there is no one greater than him. So the Supreme Lord Krishna is the supreme in all respects, in all circumstances. So it doesn't mean that since right now we are in the material world under the influence of Maya, therefore we are not God. Once we become free from this material influence, then we can become God. We can become one with God. No, this is not the right understanding. Because in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna clearly says that all the living entities who are in this material world, they are called Kshara Purushas, means they are fallible, they are prone to be under the influence of Maya. They are not free from the influence of Maya. Therefore, they are called as Kshara. Whereas the living entities who are in the spiritual world, who are fixed up in their constitutional position, they are called Kutastha, fixed up, and they are Akshara Purusha. They are infallible. They are not under the influence of the three modes of material nature. And the next verse, Krishna says in the 15th chapter that I am transcendental to both the Kshara and the Akshara entities. I am beyond both the conditioned souls and the liberated souls. Therefore, I am celebrated both in the Vedas and in this world as the Purushottama, the Supreme Personality of God. So, this we have to understand very carefully. Many people think that becoming liberated or going to the spiritual world means becoming God, becoming one with God, merging into God's existence. But this is not the understanding supported by the authoritative scriptures, nor is this conclusion explained by the bona fide spiritual masters. The bona fide spiritual masters who come in the disciplic succession, they always say that we must go back to our original constitutional position as servants of Krishna. That is our original position. That means we have to maintain our individuality and we have to serve the Lord in one of the rasas, in one of the mellows of devotional exchange with the Lord. Now, if you understand the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is speaking the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And towards the end, initially, Arjuna had a different understanding. Arjuna did not want to fight. And therefore, Krishna spoke the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. After hearing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Karishye vachanam tava. I shall act according to your instruction, O Krishna. That means we can say that by the end of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna became one with Krishna. What does it mean? Did he lose his identity as Arjuna? Did he go and merge into Krishna and become identityless? No, not at all. Arjuna became one with Krishna means Arjuna became one in opinion with Krishna. He became one in opinion. Earlier, he had a diverse opinion. He had a different opinion from that of Krishna. After understanding the transcendental knowledge from Krishna, Arjuna understood that my constitutional position is to cooperate with Krishna's plan. That will give me real happiness. That is my original position. So he accepted the proposal of Krishna and he said, yes, I shall fight because it is your wish. I'm going to fight. As an instrument in your hand, I'm going to fight. So Arjuna became one in opinion with Krishna. Arjuna attained liberation, but he remained an individual and he served Krishna as in his capacity as a warrior because Krishna wanted him to fight the war. So the point is, becoming one with Krishna means not losing our identity and merging into Krishna, but coming to the same opinion as Krishna. In this material world, all of us have our own opinions about what is the goal of life, what I should be doing in my life. We all have our own plans. We make so many plans, we execute those plans, thinking that I will become happy by following my own plans. So we make plans being influenced by Maya, and we think that by following these plans, I will attain happiness. If I succeed in these plans, I'll become successful, I'll become happy. But actually, Krishna is saying something else in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Krishna is saying, you give up all your plans and opinions and you just surrender to me. You consider me to be the supreme goal of your life. Then you will be truly happy. So surrendering to Krishna makes us really happy. For that, we must give up our own, we must give up faith on our own limited intelligence and mind. We have so much faith on our own mind, on our own intelligence. We fail to recognize that we are limited. We are prone to make mistakes. We have imperfections, right? Whereas Krishna is perfect. His knowledge is perfect. His protection is perfect. So why don't I put faith on the perfect personality? Why do I have so much faith on my own limited, imperfect personality, imperfect mind and intelligence? So, giving up faith on one's own mind, instead, investing faith on Krishna, the authoritative statements of Krishna, that is called attaining oneness with Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely gives an analogy in the purport that we just now read. In a family, there is the head of the family and there are the members of the family. Now, all the members of the family, if they actually cooperate with the plans made by the head of the family, they need not be anxious about their welfare, about their life, about their protection. The head of the family will take care of each and every member of the family if they cooperate with his plan. Family means it is not just a set of individuals living under one roof. Family means a set of individuals who have a common purpose, who have a common opinion, who are in line with a common agenda. That is called a family or a team for that matter. If you are part of a team in your workplace, team means there is a common agenda, common uh, time of working. There's a common idea, goal that all of them together will try to achieve. That is called a team or a family. In the same way, this entire material world is actually one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, it is said. Vasudha means this earth. This earth is one family. That means what? First thing is we must recognize who is the head of the family. Second thing we should recognize is what is the intention of the head of the family. We have to recognize. And then all the members on this planet, on this Vasudha, should make plans in such a way that their plans are in line with the head of the family's plan. This is the meaning of recognizing Krishna as the Supreme Lord, Supreme Master. Now, the problem in the material world currently is nobody understands that we all belong to one family. We all have one head of the family. Nobody understands this. Nobody is bothered to understand. And therefore, each one of them think we are independent. Each one of them make their own plans and schemes for their own welfare. They are very convinced that by following my own plans and schemes, I'll become very happy and satisfied. But the result is that nobody is happy and satisfied. Why? Because they have not recognized that there is one head of the family, Krishna, and we have to cooperate with his plan. So, Ishopanishad is teaching us if you want to become free from anxiety, if you want to become free from lamentation, recognize that Krishna is the head of your family. He is the head of the entire existence. And he has got certain plans which he has revealed mercifully in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, you plan your life in line with those plans revealed by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Then you will become free from all lamentation and you will not be having any anxiety. This is what the Ishopanishad Mantra 7 is actually trying to tell us. See, such a wonderful instruction, isn't it? Because in this world, everybody wants to be carefree. Everybody is actually bothered with some or the other kind of anxiety. How to become free from this anxiety? Ishopanishad, the Vedic wisdom is telling, just give up your plans and follow Krishna's plans. That's all. This is called attaining oneness with Krishna. We are already qualitatively one with Krishna, but we have to realize that. How to realize that? By cooperating with Krishna, by rendering service to Krishna, by understanding what Krishna wants me to do and exactly doing that. So, in this connection, we should appreciate that we don't know what is the plan of Krishna. Even though many people read Bhagavad Gita, they don't understand actually what is the mind of Krishna. Therefore, The role of a bona fide spiritual master who acts as a transparent via medium between the living entities and the Supreme Lord, that is very, very important. That role played by the spiritual master is very, very special, very important, because without that understanding given by the bona fide spiritual master, it is not possible to understand what is the opinion of Krishna, and it is not possible to make an attempt to become one with Krishna in opinion. That is why the spiritual master is so important. Accepting a bona fide spiritual master is very, very important to understand the plan of Krishna, and also to tell us how we can make our plans in line with Krishna's plans. So, this is the point. So, the spiritual master is one who is cent percent surrendered to Krishna. That means he has no plans other than Krishna's plans. He has made the purpose of his life as serving Krishna. His mission in life is Krishna's mission. That is the meaning of bona fide spiritual master. And to such a bona fide spiritual master, we have to surrender and seek guidance from him and understand how to design my life in such a way that I can become one with Krishna in opinion. Therefore, we are so fortunate that Srila Prabhupada has entered our lives, and Srila Prabhupada has mercifully he has bestowed this storehouse of knowledge in the form of his books, lectures. He has also given us a support structure through his temples. He has given us association of devotees. By utilizing all this, we are supposed to attain this goal of becoming one with Krishna in opinion. Ekatvam anupashyati. Then the result is we can become free from kuntha, free from anxiety, and we become eligible to go back to Vaikuntha, our original home. Now, in the scriptures, you will find statements where it is said that Devatas, for example, Lord Shiva, it is told about Lord Shiva. Uh, there is no difference between Shiva and Krishna. There is no difference between Shiva and Vishnu. There are such statements in the Vedic scriptures. Now, when somebody comes across these statements, the naturally, tendency for such people to understand is, oh, Krishna and Vishnu, Vishnu and Shiva, they are one. They are not two different personalities. They are one and the same, right? They say like this. Oh, you should not, uh, you know, for Shiva and Keshava, you should not find differences. Both are one, like this they say. But what is the actual meaning of the statement? Hmm? When the scriptures say that Shiva and Vishnu are one and the same, what is the actual meaning of it? The Vaishnava Acharyas explain the meaning of this is, since Shiva is the topmost Vaishnava, his opinion is same as Vishnu's opinion. What is Vishnu's opinion? That he has declared in the Bhagavad Gita. He's saying, Mattaha parataram na anyat kinchid asti dhananjaya. Oh Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me. This is Vishnu's opinion. And what is Shiva's opinion? Shiva is also saying the same. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnureva na samshayaha. Lord Shiva is saying, if you want to attain mukti, liberation from this material existence, you have to surrender to Lord Vishnu and render service to him. Nobody else, including me, can give you mukti. This is very clear statement made by Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is never claiming that he is the supreme. In fact, he is saying that I am a servant of the Supreme Lord. And if you see, both their opinions are one. What Krishna is saying, Krishna says, I am the supreme, surrender to me. And Lord Shiva is also saying, I am also surrendered to Krishna, you also surrender to Krishna. He is saying the same thing. Therefore, in that sense, Shiva and Vishnu are one. They are one in opinion. There is no difference in opinion. This is the meaning of oneness between Lord Shiva and Vishnu. We have to understand this. Instead of this, simply illogically saying that Vishnu and Shiva are one, this is actually not right. It is not supported by the authoritative statements of the scriptures. It is a non bona fide conclusion made by some people who have very limited understanding of the Shastras. Sentimentally, they speak like this. This is not the understanding. You study the mind of Krishna through his statements in the Bhagavad Gita. You study the mind of Lord Shiva through his statements in the scriptures and his activities. Then you will find that both are of the same opinion. Therefore, they are one. This is the way we have to study, right? So, in fact, it is mentioned in the Padma Purana that to equate the Supreme Lord, Krishna or Vishnu, with even great personalities, great devatas like Brahma and Shiva, is actually very offensive. Such a person who thinks that the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, and any other devata, however powerful he may be, both are same. Such a person is called a Pashandi. Pashandi means the atheist of the first order, the first class atheist, he is topmost atheist. Just like if I say in our country there is one prime minister, but if I say everybody is a prime minister, what does it mean? It means you are degrading the position of the prime minister. If you say everybody is a prime minister, then the conclusion is nobody is a prime minister, isn't it? You don't believe in the existence of a prime minister. That is the meaning of saying that everybody is a prime minister. In the same way, those Mayavadis who say that everybody is God, everybody is Vishnu, what do they say? What do they say in essence? There is no Vishnu, there is no God. Since everybody is God, there is no separate person called God. That means it is atheism. So Mayavada philosophy is actually atheism. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you want to save your bhakti lata, bija, which you receive by the combined mercy of Guru and Krishna, better you should not hear from the Mayavadis. Because by hearing from Mayavadis, you become an atheist. You cannot develop bhakti. You cannot develop service attitude towards the Lord. Therefore, save yourself from the Mayavadi inputs, Mayavadi contaminations. In our country, especially, almost more than 95, 99% of the spiritual organizations, they are Mayavadis. We should be very careful. Externally, they may say that we are worshipping Krishna, we are having deity of Lord Vishnu, we are chanting Vishnu's name. But if you go a little depth into their philosophy and try to understand, they will say, in the beginning, it is required all these things because you need to focus your mind on some name, some form. But after some time, you don't have to meditate on any name of God or any form of God because they're all material. That means they have no faith in Krishna's transcendental name. They think Krishna's form is all material. This is the Mayavadi contamination. So we have to be very careful not to associate and not to hear from Mayavadi philosophers. We have to, if we simply stick to Srila Prabhupada's presentation, which is very, very authentic, bona fide, Prabhupada has not written anything on his own. He always quotes from the previous acharyas. He always gives references from the Vedic scriptures to substantiate whatever he's saying. So it is a bona fide presentation of the Vedic scriptures. So if you study Prabhupada's books, you can be rest assured, 100% assured that you will get perfect knowledge. You're getting the perfect knowledge, and therefore we should spend time every day studying Srila Prabhupada's books. So we are studying this book, Sri Ishopanishad, currently, and I'm sure each verse, there are a lot of things for us to learn and implement in our daily lives. By understanding these mantras and presentations of the purports by Srila Prabhupada, we will make solid progress in Krishna consciousness. We will continue to discuss the mantra 7. There is one last part we will discuss in the next session. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time. Shri Ishopanishad ki jai, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. In a few moments, we will be reciting the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita verses. Request you to please stay online.